The idea of the black quarterback now is not quite as provocative as it was even 10 years ago, but it still gets people going, man. It's still a thing. And so some people have figured out, or at least it appears have figured out, that the best way to make sure that the black quarterback gets fair shake from the faithful is to not give no alternative to bring him in. Because I feel like in many of these cases, then white folks feel like having a black backup quarterback is like not having no backup quarterback at all. They don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, all right, cool, whatever. You just go figure that out. Like, they treat the backup quarterback like they would if it was like John Elway, right? Who had the same backup quarterback for damn near his whole career to start it off. Because it ain't matter who the backup quarterback is, right? He just a placeholder. You get where I'm coming from. So anyway, for the longest, I had been talking about the Cleveland Browns because as soon as they went and got Deshaun Watson's old nasty ass, they just ran a parade in, man. They was bringing all the black quarterbacks in. Everybody got a tryout, man. I think Charlie Batch might have knocked off some dust and gone in there and tried it out. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. It felt like if the Cleveland Browns didn't give your black ass a call, did you even quarterback, bro? It's entirely possible, man. They might have called Tommy Frazier, Jamel Holloway, them brothers that ran the option, right? Anybody had a chance to come on in here and make it happen. Because, like, you know, they knew that when they got old nasty ass Deshaun Watson, that people might get a little uncomfortable for a number of reasons. And the guaranteed contract wasn't going to be enough, right? But they slipped. They slipped for a brief moment. For a brief moment, they slipped. And somehow, some way, somebody got the bright idea to bring Joe Flacco in there. And they brought Joe Flacco in there, and Joe Flacco started winning them games. And as long as Deshaun Watson had guaranteed money on that contract, Joe Flacco had to go somewhere else. Somewhere else. There was no more room for Joe Flacco. And let me tell you who I am certain, I'm not making this up. I am certain is perfectly aware of that, and that is the Cleveland Browns. They knew that couldn't happen. They knew they couldn't. No. He had to go. He had to go. He had to be done in this town, right? Like, no, they had to get him out of there. Like, that's where it went. But we have been talking about this forever, for the longest, right? The dude, Anthony Lima, he hosts some radio up there in Cleveland, and he apparently found my tape to be entertaining. And so he clipped some of it out and sent it out on the internet. And I don't know if you know how the reaction to it went, but I'll just tell you that I had to send that man a tweet that said that if your goal was to find out the most humorless people in your audience, I guess this was a success. Because all it was just people, you know, they calling me the racist and everything else. And they saying I got a problem with it. And I'm like, bro, I'm just telling you what the game is, right? I think it's kind of funny. That's all it is. But they get mad. And then this dude that used to work at a place that I used to work at, then he jump on it and decide, because like I owned this website. And he decided that at that website that they need to make a thing out of this. And I'm like, damn, man, we had so much fun with this for so long. And now we not going to be able to have no fun with this no more. Like, this happens from time to time when something outgrows itself. For example, I used to have some thoughts about a certain musical genius and like why he wore sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all thought he wore them for one reason. I came to realize that maybe he just felt like wearing sunglasses. You know what I mean? And so, like, people started going a little too far with it. I got a few too many phone calls about it. And so I had to step back and let everybody have it, right? Like, I just couldn't do that no more. It took on a life of his own, right? Like, this is the unfortunate other side of being a tastemaker like your boy. But anyway, right? So I decided to let that go. But with this one, like, sometimes people just take it and twist it. And I'm like, damn, man, I don't even want to do this no more, right? It don't feel good. I don't want to. But in this case, I got to admit, I didn't really want to give it up because I'm not being like totally serious, but I'm not being unserious. But once the humorless white people show up, then it turned into all kinds of other things. And I just don't know if I want, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know if I want to do that no more. I just don't know if I want to. But anyway, fast forward a little bit and the Steelers had gone and gotten Russell Wilson, okay? And so Russell Wilson is now the quarterback for the Steelers. They told him he was going to be the starting quarterback. Apparently, Kenny Pickett thought he was going to be the starting quarterback. And after they brought Russell Wilson in to be the starting quarterback, he told them that he would prefer to play somewhere else. And I've got to say, that young man has some motherfucking gall. Are you kidding me? You got the nerve to be in here? What are you talking about? And on top of that, the thing that got me was, what about Russell? See, he don't be listening to me. Because if he had been listening to me with what I was talking about, he would understand. Russell Wilson come out there and struggle for a little bit, white man, and you go be the most popular man back in town. I done seen so many white dudes get their reputations laundered just by not starting no more. You remember that time that the Bears gave Mike Glennon a big free agent contract and all he did was stink and then play behind a black dude? You remember that? He stunk. They got Jameis. He didn't play. And then somebody wanted him to be the starter, even though the last time we had seen him play, he stunk. Right? So, Kenny Pickett, all you had to do was be white, put on a baseball cap, look attentive, take notes, get out there on that clipboard, look like you reading some stuff, come over to the sideline, break out that little tablet, show your mans what it was that he was supposed to be looking to. You might have got your job back right then and there, right? I mean, I've seen Kirk Cousins have these opportunities. And when he was in Washington, that's how it went. Got up there, stunk to high heaven, sat down. But, man, they wanted Robert out of there, dog. Brought him in there. They weathered some storm with him. And then, boom, now Kirk Cousins done made $489 million. Like, it was all right there for you, Kenny Pickett. But the gall, be like, I want to go somewhere else. And now you behind Jalen Hurts. And you got to understand, you might get a similar situation over there, but it's going to take a while. That dude took them to a Super Bowl, right? Okay? But if you was going to play that game, you should have played that game right where you was at. But anyway, so then Russell Wilson is the Steelers quarterback. And then they went and basically it sounded like the Bears had to put Justin Fields on the curb with a sign that says, you can have it. Because they got that dude for a pick in 2025. Okay? 2025. Y'all ever see that episode of Seinfeld where he got a valet driver, had incredibly terrible body odor and left his car stinking, and then by the end, he just threw the keys to somebody, and somebody got the keys, and they got in the car, and they stunk so bad that they got out, and it was a BMW. You remember that? Maybe that's it with Justin Fields. Is it possible that he musty? I mean, I've seen some criticisms of his play or whatever, but the fact that they had to give him away for a conditional 2025 first-round pick, I'm sorry. It just feels like that's wow. I saw a report, though, that said something to the effect of Pittsburgh is where he wanted to go, and the Bears had other offers, but instead they decided to do right by Justin Fields, and so they sent him to the Steelers. And I'm not saying that that's a lie, but I ain't saying that it's a true. Right? Like that sounds like the kind of thing that makes everybody involved look good. I mean, maybe that's exactly how it went. Like I say, maybe not a lie. I'm not guaranteeing that it's true. But anyway, that meant that you got Russell Wilson, and then behind him, you got Justin Fields. You can pull this up. You can look this up on the internet, man. This is the wildest thing in the world. The NFC North has 4 teams. The starting quarterbacks in the NFC North are Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, the Nasty Man, and Joe Burrow. Okay? AFC North. My bad, fellas. AFC North. All right. So I gave you all the 4, right? That still holds. Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and the Nasty Man, and Joe Burrow. Okay? Sean, I already forgot who it is that's backing up Joe Burrow now. Jake Browning. That's right. I forgot about him. Jake Browning. Now the depth chart for the rest of them, one of them, they depth chart look like Bell Biv DeVoe. It's another one. They shit look like Troop. Then there's one more. They out here looking like what you call them? Onyx. Like that's just all it is. Then over here, it's they hauling notes. Over there, Joe Burrow out there with them shades on. You know what I'm saying? Like dabbling, doing a little dabble, right? So like I wanted to leave this whole thing alone because it was just like it was gonna get me in too much trouble. Too many people with not nearly enough of a sense of humor wasn't gonna be able to appreciate what your boy was talking about. And then that whole division went up there and was like, see, Bo be knowing. You know, the whole division went and did that. Kyler Murray, they went and got Desmond Ridder behind him. That's how they got that boy's back. And it's so funny because I got on Twitter and said on Twitter when they got Desmond Ridder, That's how you show Kyler Murray you believe in him, exclamation point. And all I had was a bunch of people come in and tell me that Desmond Ridder was sorry. And that was exactly the point that I was making. You argumentative motherfuckers want to get on no matter what, just looking for a fight. But you agreed with me. You agreed with me. That's right. They went and told Kyler Murray's little ass, nah, you good. I know what you've been reading in the paper. No, we didn't get a high enough draft pick. You straight. We gonna get you a wide receiver. Right? Don't ask me to say his name. I'm not sure which one. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get you a wide receiver. Don't you worry about who behind you, because I don't know if you saw Desmond Ridder play or not, but that boy is cheeks. Cheeks, I tell you. Cheeks. Prize Picks is the most fun you can have by winning up to 25 times your money this football season, and now you can play during basketball season too. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. Prize Picks is really simple to play. You can make your picks and submit your entry in less than 60 seconds. So make sure you go to prizepicks.com/Bomani and use code Bomani for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/Bomani. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.